Are you ready to become awesomer? Hello, everyone. My name is Umar Hamid. I'm your host on the No Limit Selling podcast, where industry leaders share their tips, strategy, and advice on how you can become better, stronger, faster. Just before we get started, I've got a question for you. Do you have a negative voice inside your head? We all do, right? I'm going to help you remove that voice in under 30 days guaranteed. Not only remove it, but transform it. So instead of the voice that sabotages you, there's one that propels you to much higher levels of performance and success. There's a link in the show notes. Click on it to find out more. All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the No Limit Selling podcast. Before we get started today, great announcement. We're finally releasing the app. It's called Mindset Boosters. And what this app is going to do is give you the ability to decide how you want to feel and how you want to act in any situation. So let's say one particular day you wake up, you're just not feeling the magic. You've got a critical meeting. You listen to one of the tracks. It's called Unstoppable, and it shows you how to go into your mindset and crank up unstoppability from a 2 to like a 9. And in 5 minutes, bam, you're ready to go and you feel like you can do anything. So I want to change the world by empowering people to decide how they act or feel in the palm of their hand. So the help you need is there when you need it. And today, we've got a brilliant guest. We've got Vince Gratta here with us today. He is a realtor, a team leader, and welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for that nice introduction.
Cool. So real estate in some ways is a super simple business. And if it wasn't for the human element, and the human element brings in a set of complexity to it, because you have buyers and agents and sellers, and in all aspects of life, it's pretty easy till you get to money. And money isn't money. Money is emotions. And it's like, I will not discount my home, and all that stuff comes up. So how do you navigate that? Because you get to be the person that, connects your clients to the people that you're leading, to your own issues. So what does that look like in the world of Vince?
Well, I really like how you said that, how we make things complex when they're pretty simple. I've had that realization a few times, and I'm like, why am I making this so complicated? Like
Yeah.
it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, so how do I connect? Sorry, you said my
So
buyers and
how
sellers.
do you empower your agents? Like you've probably got some agents that work for you that for whatever reason, with this particular client, they don't feel as confident as they could be. All they need to do is the exact same thing they've always done. So how do you as a leader go in and get them to go, baby, you got this? And how do you help them get that confidence they need to go take the actions they need to do to be successful and, of course, to make you successful?
That's a good question. So yeah, normally, when a difficult or challenging situation comes up for them, I tell them, number one, I've been there, selling real estate for 11 years. You come across a lot of challenges and whatnot. So, I tell them I've been there, and I also remind them of how great they are, and I got two great agents on my team, and a
Nice.
third one that's just joining. And yeah, so I remind them, you guys, you're good people and good agents. And I don't know, I guess maybe as humans, we kind of sometimes need to be reminded of, how good we are at something. And sometimes we can kind of be our own worst enemy, right? So just lifting them up in that sense.
Oh, brilliant. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we just need that person we can rely on to let us know it's going to be okay. Because the reality is, well, I'm not sure if this is the reality. You tell me that you've been through challenging situations in your real estate career. And I would suspect the one of the lessons that you learned is you're not dead. Nobody with pitchforks has run you out of town. That no matter what comes up, even if you haven't seen it before, as long as you're calm and focused, you can get through it. Would that be a correct read on the situation? Through going through all that experience, you just got more confidence to take on whatever happens.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and that's very well put. And yeah, being with my company, Remax Escarpment, we have the best broker of record, which is Conrad Zerini.
That
Uh,
guy? Are you
Yeah,
sure? Oh, okay,
yeah,
I'll take your word for it. No, he's a mensch. He's pretty awesome.
yeah. He's awesome. Just having that in your court, it helps, right? So, yeah, we're confident, right? When the challenges arise, that we'll overcome those.
Brilliant. So you've been in this game for a while. So let's take a look at 5 ways realtors can be more successful in troubled times. What would be the number one piece of advice you'd give people? Because right now we're in troubled times. Interest rates are up. The people that are in the buyers and sellers, they're panicking a little bit. Buyers want a better deal. Sellers are like, no, no, my house is worth this much. And this seems to be like this struggle going on, and the realtor's caught in the middle. So, from your point of view, what's the number one thing that realtors can do in troubled times to still be successful?
Okay, so number one, yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely stay calm. Like, don't get caught up in your own mind, and with the media and everything that's happening around you, because we can't control interest rates. That's beyond our control. We can't really control how our clients feel about that. So yeah, stay calm. And you know what? I actually read something the other day, and a gentleman referred to real estate, and he said, real estate's like a river, where the water is always flowing. And I love that, because it's true. No matter what's going on in the economy, people always need to either buy or sell or rent, right? We all need shelter.
Absolutely. And I
Um,
think I agree. That's totally brilliant in terms of there's still people buying and selling houses. And so there's a quote from Helen Keller. When the door of opportunity shuts, people are so occupied by looking at the closed door, they don't look at all the other doors that are open. So brilliant. Stay calm. What's advice number two?
Okay, yeah. So to navigate it, I would say, don't forget the things that got you to where you are today, right? There's a lot of great realtors in the industry, a lot of successful realtors, and I think, once again, we complex things, and we make things challenging. But if we kind of go back to the basics and remember what got us to where we are, and a lot of those, the foundational things in real estate is the relationships, right, that we've built,
Yeah.
our database, and really just staying in contact with those people, telling them the true news, like what's really going on in the market, because I'm sure they're getting all of these mixed opinions and whatnot. So just
Yeah.
reminding them of what's really happening. And yeah, I think that's definitely another way
That's
to
number two.
navigate it.
Excellent. So here's a couple things on what you've just said, which is excellent advice. Think of any team in the world that's a professional team. When they start going wrong, a new manager comes in, a new coach comes in, and they always do that interview. We're going to go back to the basics. So whether you're a goat hooder in Afghanistan or you're an NFL player in Dallas, going back to the basics is the way to success. It's also something you already know. It should be the foundational stuff you do. So, realtors that are watching this, do not squirm away from prospecting and doing those activities and relationship building when the times are good,
Mm,
because those muscles that you build will let you do better in good times, but more importantly, when there's blood in the streets, the people that can do that consistently make money.
mm.
So brilliant. What's number three? You didn't think you had to get a workout when you came into interview. Oh, I'll be like a prima donna. It's like, no, Umar's making me work.
Yeah, yeah, you're making me think, but this is good. This is good. It's coming like from the heart and mind, right? So,
Absolutely. And coming from the heart, I think is like we're gonna help you here. We're gonna go number three. If you're a realtor, come from the heart. Because when you try and be Conrad Zerini, you're not him. When
mm,
you're trying to be less than you're capable of, you're not being true. So being yourself and
yeah,
speaking the truth, like you did in advice number two, is really critical. And in my worldview, it's very much sharing data is really important with people, but it's
mhm,
kind of useless at the same time unless you use this phrase. And the phrase is, "And here's what this means to you." And then the client, the home buyer or the seller goes, "Oh, I get this." So we got one, 2, and 3. Number 4's to you, Vince. What's number 4?
I guess I would say maybe doubling down on on the things that are have been working for you. When the market gets tougher, we got to work harder, right? So if you're making 10 calls a day, make 20, and just put that extra effort. And I think that's going to help us all get through the challenges.
So the advice you gave is totally crap advice if you're playing dice. If you're playing dice
Okay.
and you're losing money, do not double down and keep doing that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
because the odds are against you, but if you believe in yourself and instead of 10 calls, you do 20, phenomenal. If you do instead of 10 calls, you do 10 calls twice as good
Hmm.
and really connect with people and really figure out what's going on for them. Even better, if you do both of those things, 20 calls twice as good, that's how you become a freaking Conrad.
Oh
So
yeah.
brilliant advice. Number 5. What is
Uh,
number 5?
yeah. So next on the list, I'm gonna say. Oh, you're making me think, and I'm on the spot. What else would I say?
So I'll give you number 5. You get to think of number 6.
Okay,
Number
okay,
5
let's do
is
that.
get a mentor.
Yeah.
There's people dying right now that have been through this cycle 4 times. They've lived it, they've breathed it, they've survived. They're going to be really, really useful. And if you get some good mentors in your life, what it does 2 things. Number 1, there's mentors dying to get mentees out there that are just waiting. So when you say, "Will you be my mentor?" people are going to say yes. And 2, what it does is it shortens that learning curve because you can go, "Oh, okay, I can call up Vince and Vince is going to tell me, oh, do this." And I can trust that and execute. And if it's not working, I can go back. It's not working that well. What do I need to do? Oh, you need to tweak this thing. So get a mentor is essential in good times and bad times. And as soon as you can, become a mentor too, because that's where you really deepen your learning.
Okay, I got my next one. I'm gonna say try something new. For myself, I recently started using a program called BombBomb.
I use it all the time. I love that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, yeah. So it's video messaging, either like email or text. And just before we hopped on the podcast here, I had to follow up with someone that a stranger that I met at one of my listings on the weekend, and was just following up with them. We kind of were going back and forth through email, but it's been about 2 days, and I'm like, you know what, I want to follow up, and I'm going to use BombBomb. So I did a quick video, and yeah, I want to start using more of that. I think it's powerful to put the in this like digital age, a lot of it's like texting and emailing, and it's nice to kind of rehumanize it, if we could use that
Absolutely.
term.
So I just won a really big contract, consulting contract a few months back. Said one of the reasons we picked you is one, they picked me because I'm awesome, but B is when I gave them the proposal, it was all written down, and then I had a short bomb video embedded in it. And
Mm,
that basically said, "Hey guys, would love to work with you guys. And here's what this means to you. We're going to help you get the correct vision for your company. And from that, we're going to provide coaching and training to reinforce your team so they can align with your vision and achieve all of your goals." And I could have written that down and it would have been okay, but adding that little video in just humanized it and it made sense of everything. And so I love that bomb idea. Here is something that another realtor is doing. What they do is they send a video birthday message to all of their clients.
mm, I
So
like
instead of a
that.
birthday message, they type is, "Hey John, how are you? Happy birthday. I was thinking about you. And the best thing I loved about your house, when you purchased it was the porch. And I hope you get to enjoy that." Something like that. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah,
this realtor knows me, trusts me, and it's a birthday message. And his assistant couldn't have done that because it's him.
yeah. Making it personal, right? That's awesome.
All right, to dare to dig deep before we change topics, you want to do one more thing people can do in troubled times.
Troubled times. Okay, yeah, I guess we could do one more. So maybe this is like myself. This is something that I've been doing more of, is kind of working on yourself and your mindset. I know we touched on that a little bit earlier about, you can't really control things that are going on in the world, the economy, but I do believe you can control, yourself and your thoughts and feelings. So maybe doing some like self development. How about that?
I love that. All rounded out, whatever number we hit is do something to help someone today.
Oh, I
And that
like
doesn't
that.
mean real estate. It just could be, hey, let me help you. Or you've got this thing going on. If it's on the street, is somebody homeless? If it's somebody, so I was at a grocery store and this old couple, way in their 80s, and they've got their grocery cart full of groceries, but they've got this case of water. And so I go up and say, "Excuse me, sir, may I help you lift that case of water into the trunk of your car?" And he goes, "Yeah, that would be nice." So I lift the water into his car. And as I turn to walk away, he says, "Can I give you some advice?" And I go, "Absolutely, sir. What advice do you have?" "Son, don't get old."
Oh, I wish we couldn't, eh?
Yeah, so just helping someone just makes you feel good and makes you
Oh,
feel valued. And especially on a day where you feel like crap and the world is coming down, you can be woe is me, or you can go help two, three people,
yeah.
and it changes everything because it's all about mindset. And changing your mindset like that is really difficult unless you have the Mindset Booster app. No, good plug there.
Yeah, yeah, that was good.
Really difficult. And one of the ways to change it is to use a trick. And one of the tricks I use is help other human beings. It just changes your
Yeah,
mood. You can't be grumpy and help someone.
absolutely. Yeah.
Just about that human to human contact. So, Vince, here we go. As I've got you here a captive, Vince, what's one area in your life right now that you wish you could change?
Oh, okay. One area that I wish I could change. Well, I'm a big family man. I got three young children, three boys, all under the age of 6, and sometimes I struggle with. I work a lot, right? And even if I'm not in the field, I'm working on the business or thinking, planning, and all that. And then it's hard because it's like I would love to be with my children all day, every day. So I guess if I could change one thing, I'd love to have more time with my kids.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's our relationships, and the key relationships are kids, significant other, family dog, Conrad at the end,
Yeah, I can't forget about him.
Can't forget about him. So brilliant. So here's something that you can do just to, how old are your kids?
So my oldest just turned 6.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and then I have a 3.5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
Brilliant. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take a deep breath in, hold it for 3 seconds, and slowly let it out, and close your eyes just for a moment.
Okay, sorry, say that one more time. Deep
Take a
breath
deep
in.
breath in,
Okay,
hold it for 3 seconds, and as you do that, close your eyes and slowly let the breath out.
okay. So,
And I want you to think of a particular time when you were with your 6 year old where that 6 year old made you feel loved. Go back to that specific moment. And when you have that memory, let me know.
okay, I'm gonna try the breathing one more time.
Okay. So breathe in, hold it for 3 seconds, slowly let it out, and close your eyes and just relax. And as you're relaxing, think of a specific time when you were with your 6 year old where your 6 year old made you feel loved. When you have that memory, nod your head. Excellent. Go back there with your eyes closed
Mhm.
and see that memory. See your son, or son or daughter.
So I have all boys. So my
Okay,
son, yeah.
see your son,
Mhm.
and then see that situation fully and completely. Hear whatever was going on, and when you do those two things, you get to re-experience that amazing feeling in your body. Where in your body do you feel it?
I would say like my heart, maybe like
Yeah.
in my chest area.
Yeah, so with that hand that you touch your heart with, imagine you have a volume knob and crank that feeling up so it gets stronger and stronger. Crank it up so it gets stronger beyond your heart to your chest. Crank it up so it goes down your torso, your legs, your arms. Crank it up so it goes to your head. Your whole body is radiating that love and that immense feeling, and crank it up even more. And then make a fist with that hand.
Mhm.
And go ahead and make a fist with that. And as you make that fist, just say your son's name inside your mind and then release that fist and crank up the feeling one more time so it gets a little bit higher. Crank it up a little bit more, make a fist, and say your son's name inside your head. And now come on back to me. Open your eyes. And what I want you to do is just have you ever been late to a meeting, by the way?
Unfortunately, a couple times, yeah,
Yeah,
not many
feels
though.
not so good, right? So
What's
what I
that?
want you to do, not many. It makes you feel not so good, right?
Oh yeah, I'm usually early because I hate being late. So
Okay. So what I want you to do is, in a minute, I want you to make a fist and say your son's name inside your mind. And as soon as you do that, notice how quickly that amazing feeling comes back.
mm,
Comes back pretty quick, right?
very quick.
So whenever you want, and dear listeners and viewers, whenever you want, use that technique and be connected to your family instantly.
Mm.
That's how you stay connected. That's how you do your best work. And Vince, thanks so much for coming on the show. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, that was really good. Thank you for having me.
If you enjoyed this episode, please go to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating. And if you're looking for more tools, go to my website at nolimitselling.com. I've got a free mind training course there that's going to teach you some insights from the world of neuro-linguistic programming, and that is the fastest way to get better results.